Welcome to Digital Asset News. My name is Rob, and today what I want to talk to you about is not so much about the serious side of the crypto market, but I want to talk to you about a project that I've been involved with for months and months now. And I love this project. It is called DEEZ NUTZ. And not everything has to be so serious and so stringent out there. This is a great project that really has a really good feet on the ground for what they're trying to do as far as utility and then charity, inclusion, and of course, as you can obviously see, a lot of humor. And in our bear market right now, this is something I think we are direly in need of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a couple of the founders on, and they're going to talk about the project itself. I have been involved in the project for about 8-9 months now. That's my NFT in the upper right-hand corner that you can clearly see. And we'll get to it. And also, as just a quick mention, is that this is the premiere right now. So in the premiere, you can see that I'm here right now with you, answering questions in the chat. But if you want to go to the actual live Q&A, there's two ways to do it. First of all, if your autoplay is on, you don't have to do anything. It'll go right to it. But if your autoplay is off on your phone or desktop, you just have to click on the video that pops up right after this. And once you click that, you go to the live Q&A. I'll be there, and then the founders from DEEZ NUTZ will be there, Papa and Cookie. So just click that after the video. So without further ado, let's jump right in to the interview. All right, everybody. So as promised, what I want to talk to you about is that different projects that are really trying to make waves in this market. Let's be honest, it's not the best market we could possibly be in. But as I've always said, it's bear marketers for building or build a bear. So of course, like we were talking about, I got two of the gentlemen here from DEEZ NUTZ, the NFT project. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on, Cookie and Papa Nut.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah. So let's start with this. This is already scrolling through. People don't really understand, like, what is DEEZ NUTZ and what makes it unique besides the name. Then we'll talk about how is DEEZ building for the future specifically, because this is an NFT project and we like to know how things are going and what the utility is. Then how is DEEZ making an impact, especially with the things that you're reaching out to for different genders. And lastly, let's talk about a real quick giveaway, 2 nuts and 2 ladies. So first things first. Gents, I know what this is. I found you guys months and months ago. And I got to tell you, your Discord, not everything has to be so damn serious, really what it comes down to. So when I found your Discord, it was like a weight off my shoulders. I had just moved to Puerto Rico, just found out that my dog had cancer. I was going through some problems, and I found you guys on like that night. And it was a revelation. It was super funny stuff. I saw Cookie's memes and everything else. But then there's some backwards. So just tell people, Cookie, we'll start with you. What's DEEZ NUTZ? What's the elevator pitch here?
Man, when I got into DEEZ is right out the gate. I mean, was such a straight up meme project and a huge part of community building. I mean, when I got in, it was the first thing that I just started pounding away at, was doing GIFs and memes, and then it just blew up to, astonishing. I mean, you found it. I mean,
yeah.
We went, I think, on Giphy at 20. I think we're up to 28 million views now on the DEEZ.
Yeah,
on the DEEZ Giphy. It's roughly around 28 million now, and it just grows every day. The other aspect behind it too was, the $50,000 to fuck cancer. I mean, that was one of the biggest things right out the gate.
That's crazy.
There's tons of stuff in the background that Papa has been working on, and I mean, he's the man. He's done a lot of stuff. There's so much to go over. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Well, it's true. And Pop, I'll get to you in a sec, because like right now, this is when everything happens, right? The bear market. The people that are giving up, of course, they won't be around with the bull market. That's fine. But the ones that want to put in the time are the ones that are going to reap the benefits. So Papa, tell us real quick, a little bit deeper, DEEZ NUTZ and what's going on.
Yeah, and Cookie said it great. Like, Cookie actually came on. He was like one of the first to mint in, and like he just started adding so much value to that community. It was like a no-brainer. We added him to the team immediately. Like, he was just such a rock star.
Oh yeah.
And DEEZ started, it's kind of an OG project. It started when the markets were a lot different than they are now, right? It was a bull market, and our team started using our expertise and worked with a lot of celebrities. Ashton Kutcher, Mia Kunis on Stoner Cats, and Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, and professional basketball teams. We worked with a lot of people. But at the end of the day, we wanted to focus on the amazing community that Cookie and so many of our mods have built.
Yeah.
And just like you said, Rob, like it didn't have to be so serious. Like we all of a sudden I looked around and we were building like a family and it was fun. And so we really started doubling down on building out this DEEZ ecosystem. And so now we're just so much more than just even DEEZ Nuts. We have like a floor that among multiple different collections that range like from almost nothing to 1 ETH floor. So, you know, our project really has something for everyone. And we can talk more about like kind of the utility because we're not just a PFP project. You think DEEZ Nuts started out as a meme, but we're not. We're not anymore. You know, we're serious about our nuts.
Cool. So how about this? Before I get the Cookie and we start talking about how you guys building for the future, talk real quick about the utility because that is the big thing, the big knock on NFT projects. So just real quick, give us an overview.
Yeah. So, you know, like what's really cool and exciting about Web3 is it's the future, right? So there's so much potential there, yet we're so early phases that the bar is really, really low. Right. And so for us, that was just super exciting because we started innovating and being some of the first in the world to do those things that we're doing. So, so like the DEEZ Nuts actually has a staking feature where you can stake your PFP and earn our utility token. And that utility token actually can be used in our shop to buy NFTs. And we were one of the first in the world to do this part, which is you can actually customize your NFT on chain. So you can buy new backgrounds, you can buy music, you can buy new traits, and you can on-chain customize your NFT, sell the old parts or sell the new parts if you want on the secondary markets and make money. And that's just one of our utilities. We have a metaverse coming. Our 2D profile pictures, we're releasing 3D profiles with those, and those are 3D meta-ready files that you can take to any metaverse just about. So we're actually doing like a VR chat party, which you should join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to live stream it and just have a blast showing off like, hey, these are meta-ready models, so you can take these and represent them in your favorite game. We got the charity component. We got so much. I just want to look forward to talking a little bit more about it. And just a bit about kind of the ladies aspect and how that expands this whole ecosystem.
Perfect. We'll get to that in a second. So let's get to the second one. Excellent responses, gents. So for the future, because right now, let's be honest, this is a bear market. I think it's going to get worse. I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. But here we are. And I got to tell you, this is one of those things where I'm glad that we have a little bit of brevity to the situation. So Cookie, just real quick, what do you see? How you guys doing this for the future? Or how are you building this up, especially the community?
You know, with just like Papa said, I mean, you know, he slipped a couple of little aspects in there about the metaverse and the VR. So a lot of that, you know, he's prepping, you know, for the future. And then also, another big component too is our Discord. We're hammering hard on Discord with our projects. We did a merger where we brought in our projects together to try to keep all the family together, instead of so many people having to join, you know, so many different Discords. So we've been, you know, prepping that for the metaverse and our future ladies drop and the juniors and so forth. And I mean, really, the community building is the biggest thing right now, because a lot of people don't want to sit on Discord right now, you know, being in this bear market. So that's one major component in building for the future is you know, keeping those members and those families close and giving them something still to do. And then I'll push this one over to Papa because this is definitely a good one for him to talk about our future.
So even for me, I know that like my views go down, subscribers go down in these bear markets, but I'm okay with that because in the bull markets, these are one of the tourists come. So right now, the people that we build around here, this is our base, and you guys are still growing, which is pretty impressive. So I like to see that base. I like to see it actually grow. So Papa, expand on that. How are you guys building for the future?
Yeah, and you know, like you said, like it's harder to get eyes right now. You know, it's harder to get more attention. It's harder to get people who aren't just scared. Are you going to rug us? Or is this going to be a flop? Am I going to waste my money? Yeah. All those kinds of things are more challenging. And like you said, though, we're on the same. Like I think why, you know, us and you get along so well is we're realists. We treat this as a real business. We're okay with that. Like we're not going anywhere. We're all doxxed. Our mods are doxxed. You know, our team is doxxed. I'm doxxed. And so for us, I'm okay with the market. I'm building this, and I've scheduled our drop money, the money we make on these drops. I've scheduled that out to run a real business. I'm not reliant on a small dip in the market that's going to put us out of business. Like, we're seeing a lot of NFTs just close up. They don't want to bleed any money. Yeah, our project's bleeding money right now, but we prepared for that in our drops. That's part of our business plan. It's part of business, right? And so I find there to be a lot of advantages during this kind of market. You can kind of clean house a little bit of fixing some problems, you know, with your smart contracts, you know, and these kinds of things. But we've seen tremendous growth even in this bear market. We've seen 50,000 something plus added to across our socials. If you look at our ladies' Twitter that we launched just a few months ago, we have a juniors account we just launched. That's already up to like 28,000 or whatever followers. So, I mean, we've acquired 50,000 new followers in this bear market. We're getting, I think Cookie said something like 95 whitelists just yesterday of people interested wanting to get our new project, ladies. So we're seeing a really positive response. And I think it's just projects like ours that believe in this future that are going to get the attention. Yeah, and I told this to you. You and I talked about this before the call. It was like, you know, back in the .com bubble, when that was popping, it didn't mean you didn't believe in the internet. It didn't mean you just fold the cards and throw everything out and be like, hey, well, the internet thing was a fad. It didn't work out. I told you so. Yeah. And I see some people doing that with like Web3. It's like, well, the bubble crashed. I told you it wasn't going to work out, and move on. But for us, it's like, I believe in Web3 long term. We're here to stay. And I want to be one of the pioneers that are pushing the space.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, in 2018, everybody told me what a moron I was for investing into Bitcoin. Like, see, you can't just invest in something that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, well, maybe I'm just going to go dollar cost average. You'll see in 2021. Here we are. Yeah. Everything comes full circle. All right. Yep. So gents, that'll be my one of our last questions is how you guys making an impact? I know you guys are trying to push different aspects about this as far as inclusion. So talk to me about that. And then Papa or Cookie, you guys can take whichever one you want to take this. That's fine.
Sure. So especially like I want to talk about our ladies a little bit because that's our newest drop that we're doing, ladiesnft.io. Find us on socials. But we're here to make a big impact. So we already have the DEEZ Nuts in our ecosystem. And now we're launching the ladies product line, which is going to be the kind of a female complement to the DEEZ Nuts. And for us, we really want to do it just like we do everything in our company with a really authentic perspective. So we hired like pretty much an all-female team, the smart contract developer, the artist, the website developer, the modeler, like is, you know, within reason. Like there's some dudes working on the team for sure, but like we try to hire as many females for those positions as we could to try to bring more female inclusion in Web3 because they're underrepresented. I think the last study that was done was something like 8% of art being done in the Web3 spaces by women. So that's a problem. So we wanted to address that. We're also raising and pledged another $50,000 to our partner F Cancer for women affected by cancer. So ladies is making an impact in that way. And then lastly, we're committed to giving back to our holders because we wouldn't be anywhere without our holders. Sure. And so we're making an impact for our holders, even in this bear market. We're pledging to give out $250,000. We have a $250,000 plan to give back to our holders through NFTs and money, or Ethereum anyway. And part of that is you'll be able to take your lady, initiate a breeding function. You'll get free juniors NFTs. These are free NFTs you can sell, or it gives you access to our play to earn game. And our play to earn game is going to be giving out hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single day. It's not like a grindy game. It's not a pay to win game. It's not like you can spend 8 hours on it and always win. It's like literally you go to the bathroom, you pull up your phone, you play it for 5 minutes and you win money. It's that simple. And so we're going to be giving back to our holders that way. And I tell people, like, even in a bear market, like if this project doesn't moon and we don't have thousands and thousands and thousands, you know, tens of thousands of people who want to get in, that's still good for you if you hold, because you'll get paid every day for playing. In the competition, there's no competition. So, you know, that's how we're really trying to make an impact for you know, inclusion in the space for our holders and for those less fortunate, you know, facing serious issues like cancer. So that's really how our project's trying to make a difference. Awesome. And I know you guys have already, I mean, you're talking about $250,000 and you guys are already ramping up to that point. So that's pretty good. You know, Rob, and there's something we should probably just mention right now before we wrap this big news. So we haven't told anyone else in our audience about this, or any of our holders in our DEEZ ecosystem about this. So maybe now is a good time to drop that premiered on your show.
Always a great time to drop new info. Let's hear it.
Okay.
This is a good one too.
So our holders in our ecosystem know we're already working on the metaverse. Actually, we got a trailer dropping here really soon. But what nobody knows about is the special thing we're throwing in for ladies holders. So ladies has a breeding function. And if you hold a DEEZ NUTZ and the ladies, you'll be able to breed juniors. Everybody knows this in our ecosystem. But what they don't know is once you breed a family, some nuts and a lady and a kid, okay, you will qualify for a free metaverse house. So we're going to give you a free NFT, which will give you a free house in the metaverse if you hold a family. And that's just kind of our way of saying thank you to our loyal holders, to people in our ecosystem. We're all about adding value back. And I think this will be a super cool surprise for people who have whaled into our projects and look forward to whaling into ladies. There's going to be some real benefits for you.
Perfect. Wow. There we go. So there you go. So you got that's a lot of stuff going on there, gents. So you got so for your you have to have a DEEZ NUT, you have to have a ladies, then that'll make a juniors. You have those three, give you a free house in the metaverse, which is coming out soon, I assume, at some point. I know these are long processes, but sure.
Long processes, so we're going to kind of roll that out in stages. We were going to do a grander metaverse first, but with the bear market, it doesn't make sense to try to roll out plots and sell them for a lot less than we could in a bull run. Yeah. So what we want to do is use the metaverse for our ecosystem, give them free value, give them free utility, allow us to kind of use them as beta testers to really grow this thing. And then once the bull market comes back, we'll be in a prime position to launch and capitalize on that. Fantastic. And so will our holders.
Yeah, that's good news, especially in this bear market. People could use a little bit of uplift. So I appreciate that, which I guess would lead me to the last thing. Let's do a giveaway. So this is very simple. So we already talked about this, me, Pop, and Cookie before. There is going to be a tweet. Looks just like this. And do just as it says. Just follow at DEEZ NUTZ NFT, follow at News Asset, and retweet. And we'll randomly pick 4 winners, 2 nuts and 2 ladies. And I got to tell you, nothing better than that. Pretty free, pretty easy, pretty simple. So, gents, I think we've said it all. I think we've said it all. We've said it all today. Anything else?
I just want to say a big thank you to you, Rob. You've been in our community. You've always said nice things. I think we even sent you a Nutbuster video shirt.
Yeah, everybody thinks that's funny. Like, that's not funny. That's serious stuff. You respect that shirt. Yeah.
So I just want to thank you, and there's really no way I can thank you other than, so I'll do it by giving $1,000 to charity. So if you pick a charity, I'll donate $1,000 of your choice. We'll post that out to social once it's done. But that's the least I can do, make an impact, and thank you for putting us on your show.
Excellent. Sounds good. All right. Well, gents, Cookie, anything else?
It was awesome. I appreciate you having us on as always. I mean, I can't say anything else other than thank you. I mean,
yeah, awesome, man.
You guys are welcome. I will see you in the chats. All right, everybody. So that's it for today. Again, you can find the link to that tweet itself in the description below. Remember, just follow DEEZ NUTZ, News Asset, retweet, pick them at random, 2 nuts, 2 ladies, and that is it. So thanks so much, guys. I do appreciate it. All right, again, so right after this premiere, we're going to be doing the Q&A. You can ask me any questions. You can ask Papa. You can ask Cookie, anything you want to, and we'll go to that live premiere. Again, if you have your autoplay as on, it'll go right to the premiere. If not, you just click the video that pops up right now. So thanks so much for watching. See you at the Q&A.